Okay, let's start with something incredibly relatable and honestly, a little bit embarrassing. It's 2026 and you just got a notification that it's your best friend's birthday. You're busy, you've got 40 emails, a stack of tabs open, and a meeting in 10 minutes, so you hit that smart reply button. The AI perfectly mimics your voice, adds a little inside joke about that one time in Vegas, and hits send. Boom, you just saved yourself 3 minutes of typing. Total win, right? But here's the question that I want you to sit with, not in a meditate on a mountain way, but in a genuinely look at your life way. What exactly are you planning to do with those 3 minutes that is more important than the friend you just outsourced? Seriously, think about it. We are living through the great productivity gap. We have the most powerful, time-saving, friction-reducing tools in human history, yet somehow we've never felt more rushed, more burnt out, or more existentially lonely. We keep saving time, but our schedules just get tighter. It's like we're trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. We aren't actually saving time, we're just making room for more work, more processing, and more optimization. It's a paradox. The more efficient we become, the more we seem to disappear from our own lives. If an AI can attend your Zoom meetings, write your emails, and text your friends, what exactly is the point of you being here? Are we becoming the masters of our tools, or are we just becoming the fuel for them? Today, we're going to look at why your obsession with saving time might be the very thing making you feel like a ghost in your own machine. If we aren't the ones saving time, who or what is? Let's go back to the moment we started measuring human beings like blocks of coal. To understand why we feel like we're constantly on a treadmill, we have to look at a word that's been hijacked: efficiency. Originally back in the Latin days, efficere was about the human power to create an effect. It was an active, creative word. But then came the Industrial Revolution, and the word was stolen. It was turned into a mathematical ratio for steam engines' input versus output. Suddenly, for the first time in history, we started looking at ourselves the same way we looked at coal engines. This is what the philosopher Martin Heidegger warned us about in the 1950s, and man, was he spot on. He called it the standing reserve or bestand. He argued that technology doesn't just give us tools, it changes how we see the entire world. Everything becomes a resource waiting to be used. The river isn't a life giver, it's a hydroelectric power source. And here is the scary part. We have become the standing reserve too. In 2026, you aren't a person having an experience. You are inventory to be optimized. Your sleep isn't rest, it's a recovery score to prepare you for tomorrow's output. Your friendships are networking assets. Even your me time is just a resource to be managed so you don't crash. When I first read Heidegger's The Question Concerning Technology, I literally had to stop and stare at my phone for 10 minutes. He predicted this. He saw that we would reach a point where we don't use the apps optimize us to be more available for more optimization. We've turned our entire existence into a coal mine and we're the ones digging. But wait, it gets even weirder, because as the machine becomes frictionless, we don't actually get free. We just start to fade away. There's this incredible insight from Albert Borgman that completely changed how I look at my morning coffee. He talks about the device paradigm. Think about an old-school wood-burning hearth. To get heat, you had to chop wood, carry it in, stoke the fire, and wait. There was friction. But that friction also created a center for the home, a place where people gathered, worked, and felt the reality of the cold and the warmth. Now, we have a thermostat. It's efficient. It's frictionless, but the hearth is gone, and the gathering is gone. The device gives us the commodity, the heat without the engagement. Borgman's point is that efficiency is a vacuum. It doesn't create free space for you to do high-level philosophy, it just lowers the barrier for more trivial tasks to rush in. This is what Neil Postman called Technopoly. We live in a society where the slow way isn't just inefficient, it's become socially unthinkable, almost like a sin. If you tell someone you spent 3 hours hand-drawing a map instead of using GPS, they don't think you're an artist. They think you're crazy. But here's the mind-blow moment that friction, the difficulty, the wasted time, the manual effort is actually what makes you feel real. It's the resistance of the world that tells you that you exist. When you remove all the friction through AI and automation, you're left in a frictionless void. You're moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but you can't feel the wind on your face. A life with zero friction is a life where you are a ghost. You're seeing the results without ever having been the cause. We value the generated image over the 10,000 hours it takes to learn to draw, but those 10,000 hours were where the soul was actually built. We're so busy chasing the output that we've forgotten that the process is the only part of life we actually get to live. So, how do we fight back? How do we stop being standing reserve in a world that wants to optimize our every breath? We start by becoming purposefully, radically inefficient. I'm talking about the luxury of inefficiency. In 2026, the ultimate flex isn't having the fastest AI, it's having the freedom to do things the bad way. Here are 3 micro-rebellions you can start today. First, the 10-minute curiosity gap. The next time you have a random question like, wait, why are flamingos pink? Do not Google it immediately. Don't ask your AI. Just sit with the not knowing for 10 minutes. Let that little spark of wonder actually burn for a bit. It restores your brain's ability to be curious instead of just being a search result processor. Second, choose one focal practice. Pick one task. Making coffee, writing a thank you note, even just washing the dishes, and do it the slowest, most manual way possible. No podcasts, no 2x speed audiobooks. Just you and the task. Treat that wasted time as a high-end luxury, because it is. Science actually backs this up. Attention restoration theory shows that these inefficient manual tasks are exactly what recharge the cognitive resources that digital optimization drains. And third, the analog hour. Give yourself the first 60 minutes of the day without a single digital input. No ordering by the algorithm. No notifications telling you what the world wants from you. Reclaim your brain before the standing reserve machine starts its engine. This isn't about being a Luddite or throwing your phone in the ocean. It's about proving to yourself that you're still the one in the driver's seat. It's about choosing to inhabit your time rather than just trying to save it for a future that never comes. At the end of the day, we have to remember a fundamental truth. Efficiency is for engines. Friction is for humans. Engines are supposed to be perfect, predictable, and fast. Humans are supposed to be messy, unpredictable, and often delightfully slow. There's a reason we're seeing the rise of the glitch aesthetic in 2026, people posting blurry photos and human-era music. It's a survival instinct. It's us trying to prove we aren't AI-generated perfection. We are leaning into our flaws because our flaws are the one thing an optimizer can't use. You are not a resource to be mined. You are not a ratio of input and output. You are a beautifully inefficient accident in a universe that is trying to turn everything into a spreadsheet. So, here is my final challenge for you. Today, find one thing to do badly, one thing to do slowly. Write a letter by hand. Walk the long way home. Spend 10 minutes looking at a sunset without taking a photo for the gram. Do it to remind the world, and more importantly, to remind yourself that you are not part of the inventory. You are the owner of the warehouse the next time you're tempted to save 3 minutes by using a shortcut. Ask yourself, what am I going to do with those 3 minutes? If the answer is just more work, then choose the friction. Choose the wasted moments. That's where you actually live. Go waste some time today. Honestly, it might be the most human thing you ever do. Thanks for exploring the void with me. Now, go do something inefficient. See ya next time.